There we go. All right. Well, guys, it is time for theme number 2. And normally for theme number 2 is that we do a daily how-to, but it is different on Fridays because Fridays are Friday with Friends. And we get to know different people here at Girlfriends a little bit better, but we also get to know so many of you better as well. And it has been such a blessing for me to be able to put a face and a name together and learn about you, because you know what I say all the time? I say everyone has a story. You totally agree with that?
True.
Everyone's got a story. And you never know. We were talking about this earlier. You never know what someone's going through either. So it's really important that we do reach out and we get to know one another. And I love that about this community, because all of you are so wonderful to share and to just be real. So you guys going to be real with me today? Try.
Yeah.
Oh, I love these guys. Okay. So let's go ahead and first tell us a little bit about yourselves. So we'll start with Miss Brynn. Tell us a little bit about you.
I was born in Wyoming.
Okay.
And then I grew up here in Logan, went clear through college. And then I moved to California for 25 years.
What part of California were you in?
First couple of years was San Francisco.
Okay.
I lived in Walnut Creek, worked in San Francisco.
Okay.
And then moved to Sacramento, was there for 22 years.
Wow.
And then my father was ill and I got laid off, and my father was ill. So I just moved back, and I've been here ever since. So that's been 5 years.
Do you think you'll ever go back to California?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd rather just like travel around.
Oh, good idea. Yeah. Yeah, that's always nice. So, so you were up in Northern California. Beautiful in that area. Yeah, definitely. For sure. And tell us what you did when you were there for 22 years.
So I worked for companies that did subscriber management systems.
Okay.
So and mainly for cable companies. So if you call the cable company and they take your information or they bill you, that's what we did. And I worked on the parts that connected the subscriber management system to the other systems, like the computer that controlled the cable boxes or the cable modems.
Okay.
Or the VoIP phones.
Okay.
So that was my specialty, is making sure all those connections worked and everything would turn on the way it was supposed to.
Nice. Well, what a very selfless thing for you to do is to move and take care of your father. I think that's amazing.
It was fun. We had 2 years. My mother had just passed away and he was dealing with cancer. And so we had 2 years and we had a good time together.
Oh, I love hearing that. You don't really hear that often, when, to say it was fun. Yeah. I'm sure it was really hard.
Towards the end, it was not so much fun.
Right.
But it was fun.
You enjoyed the times you had together. I love that. So when did you get into sewing?
Well, I always liked sewing. My parents bought me my first sewing machine when I was 14 because I was going into home ec sewing. So they bought me a sewing machine, and I went and bought a Butterick pattern and made myself a pants.
Oh yeah.
And during Christmas break, and then took sewing from Mrs. Bodrero, who she was very strict, and I learned tons from. And then so I sewed on and off. And then I got into quilting because a friend had asked me to make her a quilt, and I didn't know how to make a quilt. But my aunt had just finished taking It's Okay If You Sit on My Quilt. Taking those classes, and she was part of that group.
Okay.
So she taught me how to quilt, and then I started taking classes in Sacramento.
Wow. So you started in Sacramento, and then you're still doing it. But there's another thing that I find very fascinating about Brynn, and that is she likes to do lots of things that are creative, right? So it's not just quilting, but tell everyone else what else is your hobby.
The main one's rug hooking.
Rug hooking. Do we have any rug hookers out there? Okay. Whoa. What is traditional rug hooking?
Traditional rug hooking is, so you have a big piece of linen. They used to do it on burlap.
Okay.
So they used to start out with like a burlap bag.
Mm-hmm.
Now we do it on linen because linen lasts, burlap disintegrates.
Oh.
And then you take pieces of wool and cut it. So you take perfectly lovely hand dyed pieces of wool and you cut them into little pieces, little long strips,
like quarter-inch strips,
or smaller.
Even smaller than quarter-inch strips.
Or you can go a little bit bigger.
Okay.
And then you have a hook that's almost like a crochet hook.
Okay.
And you put it down through the linen and pull up loops.
Wow.
And you try and make them all as even as possible.
I've seen you rug hookers working before, and I am fascinated. And one of these days I want to try it myself.
Okay.
Because I would love to learn. I think that looks so fun. In fact, I've got some pictures here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about some of these?
This is, I'm not sure who did the pattern. A friend of mine, every once in a while, she sends me a pattern to do, and there's 4 of us, and she will buy 4 of the same pattern. Oh, I do know who it is. It's Nancy Miller.
Okay, Nancy Miller.
So if you rug hook and you know Miller hooks, that's Nancy Miller.
Okay.
And
so that's
one of hers.
Beautiful. And this one, so how big are these pieces?
The other one was about maybe 20 by 20.
Okay.
This one's about 24 by 20, something like that. This is a Polyminic. So if you know Lori Simpson and Polyminic, or Minnick and Simpson fabric.
Yes.
This was designed by Polyminic, who is the older sister, and she is a rug hooker.
Okay.
And that was a Semper Fi.
Are these items that you're actually, when we say rug hooking, are we making these as actual rugs, Brynn?
You can, yeah. These are a little smaller, so like that one I would just probably put on the table.
Okay.
And mine don't go on the floor.
Okay.
Because I'm a little weird about that. But
I don't blame you. That's a lot of work.
When I started taking classes, her house, the floors in her house were just covered with rugs that she made.
Wow. These are really, really beautiful.
That's a little footstool.
A footstool.
Yeah, that's the top to a footstool.
Okay. And whose initial is this?
E for Eichmeyer. That was a really good friend of mine. She and her husband, I made that for them.
Well, how nice. What a wonderful gift. I mean, this really has a very primitive style to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it can. I have done some fine shading, and they are absolutely amazing, but I'm not that good at it. So, and I can finish one of these a lot faster than the others. So,
wow, that is amazing.
Yeah, that one's a pretty big one. I can't remember how big it is, but that's bigger.
That really is beautiful. I'm taking a look at some of these comments. Sue said that her aunt used to rug hook and made some beautiful rugs. A fire in her house destroyed most of the rugs she had made over the years. That is sad. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow. Janet wants to know, how long does one take to make? That's a great question.
It depends who you are. So I've got one sitting on my hoop right now, and it's been sitting there for months because I'm just not doing very much on it. But the one that we just showed, I think took me a couple of months to make. It was a Christmas gift for my brother and his wife. And so it went pretty fast because I needed to get it done. So it just depends on how motivated you are. I've got a friend that probably does 2 a month.
The nice thing about rug hooking, I would imagine, I mean, I've seen the ladies, the rug hooking guild used to use our attic to do their rug hooking retreats, and they would have these big wooden forms, and you would just sit at it and then do that. So is that something that's you do in front of the television? I mean, that would be mine's very relaxing.
So I have 2, and mine are round, and they will move around. They're like little ball bearings underneath them that goes around. And so I have a small one and a large one, and my large one almost always has a rug on it, and I can just move it over in front of my chair and just sit there and do it while I'm watching.
I would imagine it's very relaxing, because what I remember is they would outline the designs like with a black marker on the
you
thing.
draw the
That's one of
designs,
things.
or you buy it already drawn on the linen. Yeah, so
and then you're just
buy
doing it like it's kind of like color by number,
kind of, yeah.
maybe, because you're filling in the gaps with but I don't know the technique. You're going to have to teach me the technique of
I will do that.
Pulling it through and coming back up, because it's gorgeous.
And you can just start with like a quilting hoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can start with that. And
you don't have to go with the dark traditional primitives either. I've seen some gorgeous brights, right?
Yeah, that's, everybody has their own
kind of style,
and you just go with that.
Wow, so beautiful. Gloria said, beautiful is Brynn at the warehouse. She is. She's in our customer service. So you probably, if you ever call the shop, she's one of the people who will answer and also email. And she's like, I call these two my fixer-uppers. They help resolve all the issues, all the problems. That's what, I don't know what I would do without them. So, yes, that's where she's at. So, very good. Christy said, "Oh wow, what talent! Love them."
Yeah, I can have pictures of beautiful, nicer one. I mean, I've got some that are prettier.
But,
but I washed my other phone and the pictures weren't there. So.
Oh, that's so sad. That's another sad thing. Sad tale to tell, right? Oh my goodness. No, that's so pretty. So rug hooking. Does anyone else out there do rug hooking? The guild here in Utah is still going strong.
Yeah, I do their newsletter.
Do you? I didn't know that. So they're still going strong and doing their how often do you guys get together?
With COVID on Zoom, we've been getting together like once a month.
Nice.
Except in the summer, people were just busy, so we didn't.
Sure.
But they have done a few in person. I haven't gone to them. But
nice. Yeah. Very good. All right. Marie said the picture with my name is hooked. Picture. Oh, this picture. Oh. I was like, what?
Oh,
the picture, her little icon.
Pretty.
That's gorgeous, Marie. Ooh, I love that. love that, Marie. That is beautiful. So Marie's a fellow rug hooker. Right. You know what we sometimes call ourselves in the quilting world? Well, in the whole DIY world, there's hookers and there's strippers.
Yes, and I do both.
And she does both.
I've been known to.
There you go. Shirley said that the hooking she's done was with yarn.
You can do hooking with yarn. You can hook with almost anything. Some of them do, like they'll add ribbons and yarn and things into it.
Lots of different
you
textures.
Can do the needle punch with the big ones.
Oh yeah.
And so that you do with yarn. But you can also do it with wool strips.
Nice.
Depending on how wide your needle is.
Okay. Wow. Oh, I'm so excited. Cindy said that her great-grandmother would cut up old sweaters to hook rugs, and they were gorgeous. I'm lucky enough to have inherited one. Nice. You are lucky, Cindy. That's amazing. That's amazing. So very, very cool. Yeah, Sue said new store, my girlfriend's rug shop. Nope. Nope. That's a quick no. Oh my goodness, you're fun, Sue. I love you. And Heidi wondered, where did rug hooking originate? Do you know?
They've been doing it for hundreds of years, I think. But in the U.S., there was a lady, McGowan was her name, is credited kind of with getting it going in the U.S. again, because they used to do it several hundred years ago, and then people kind of quit doing it. But she started it up as a way for, and I think it's World War II veterans, or it could be World War I, but I think it's II, to get some movement with their hands. You learn how to use their hands again after they've been formed.
Oh, that makes sense.
So, and then she has started a whole organization, and she has passed away now, but her daughter and granddaughter, I believe,
Wow.
run it now. So there's a couple of national guilds, and one's the McGowan, and the other one is ATHA. I can't remember what that stands for.
That's okay.
Yeah, traditional artists.
I think that's fascinating. I did not know that. That makes a lot of sense. I love that. Thank you, Brynn, for sharing those things with us. That's really interesting. Maybe she'll have to come on sometime and show in person too.
I can do a demo.
That would be fun. Yeah, definitely. All right, Miss Alisa, let's talk about you.
Oh dear.
Talk about you. Talk about you. How are you, Alisa?
So
oh my gosh. I think
Glad
so.
it's
Yeah.
Friday.
Glad it's Friday. Tell me about it. Alisa, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I was born in Logan, also in Cache Valley, but when I was going into first grade, my family moved down to the Ogden area, south of here, between here and Salt Lake.
Okay.
So I grew up there and came back for college at Utah State and never left. My husband came here for college from California, and I didn't let him leave.
There you go.
So he's what he calls a Utahnian now.
A Utahnian.
We have got to deal with that.
Yeah.
So we got married young, and we have lots of kids, and we have grandkids now. And
how many kids? How many grandkids?
Well, I have 7 children. One of the reasons I'm here is I had to change careers because I lost my son suddenly in February. And I'm going to try not to cry. I cry every day, but hopefully not in public every time.
It's okay.
But Kris has been great. This is a nice supportive environment here. I had a high pressure job before. And everyone here is so nice to talk to. It's such nice customers. And I really enjoy everyone that calls and emails. So 7 children. I have 5 grandchildren, and I'm not supposed to make a big announcement. There may be an official announcement from my son and his wife tomorrow.
There you go. There you go. You have to show everyone your tattoo on your wrist.
So this is my tattoo that I got on the night of my son's funeral. I don't know where the hell the camera works. So
right
this
there.
is his name.
I love
Ryan.
it. I love it.
He was 19, and it was sudden and unexpected, although he had been diagnosed with epilepsy at 15 and started having seizures, and it was a seizure that took him. So it was terrible. It's been a rough 6 months.
It has been rough, and I'm amazed that you're able to talk about that. I just
sometimes easier than others, but
yeah, definitely.
Anyway, but I am one of the people that is grateful for 2020.
Yeah, tell us why.
He graduated from high school, his class of 2020, but from March on, he was at home. And March on, I was working from home, and we spent a lot of time together.
Yeah.
So a lot of extra time, and I saw anime shows. I learned so many more things about what's up now. And I'm now going to be downhill, not up to date on anything anymore. But he was, he had turned 19 in November, so he was just like knew what was current and stuff, and was teaching me.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. That is definitely something to be grateful for.
Anyway, so it was fun. So for me, 2020 was good. 2021, not so much.
Yeah.
But maybe things will be better. But I've been glad to be here.
Yeah.
So I first met Kris 10 years ago. Kris and Kim came to my quilt guild.
Really?
Yes, to talk about this new thing. New quilt store that just opened.
Oh my goodness. Wow. So that's how we met, huh?
Yeah. I had some birthdays, having little quilt sewing days there and stuff. It's awesome.
Alisa used to rent we had an attic upstairs, and she would rent that when it was her birthday and invite all of her sewing friends, and they would spend all day long. It was so fun.
Sometimes
wasn't
it was 2 days.
Sometimes it was 2 days. Exactly.
Really You're one of those people that have a week-long birthday, aren't you?
Yeah.
Try. Well, nobody else is going to observe it, so I do.
That's right. Exactly. Hey, sometimes you have to create your own birthday party, and there is nothing wrong with that, right? Yeah. And Ryan, I would say, would be very proud of you today. Why do you think he would be very proud of you?
I don't know.
Because you're still here. and you're putting
Oh,
one
that's
step in
true.
front of the
Trying
other,
hard.
and you're trying, and it's okay to have those good days where you can laugh and feel joy, and that's okay, because that's what he would want you to do.
Yeah,
And then it's okay to have those days where it's really, really hard,
that's true.
and that's okay too.
It's true.
All of it.
That's true.
All of it.
Loss
So,
is just hard. And
it
my
is
heart goes
hard.
out to everyone. I've talked to some customers sometimes that have
Mhm.
just lost someone, and it's just like, oh, like, anyway,
Yeah.
it's hard for all of us.
I
Mhm.
can't wait till you get your cactus though.
I know. I'm going to add to my tattoo.
What are you going to do?
Well, my son Ryan really liked cacti.
Oh.
And the last day of his life, actually, we went to the store, to Home Depot, and I was picking out some plants, and he helped me. And then he saw this cactus. It's like one of the barrel type.
Yeah.
And he really wanted it. And I was like, that stupid thing cost $25. But I bought it for him. He was just so cute. And he was just like, this is so... And we got home, and he's like, he researched. He's like, these things can get 20 feet or 30 feet tall and 3 feet at the base. And he was like so enthusiastic about it. And little did I know it was going to be our last few hours together. But so cactus has become sort of a symbol for Ryan with our family. So I'm going to add a little cactus.
I love that. I think that's a wonderful idea.
And I actually think he'd think it was cool that I got a tattoo.
He would. He would. He would. Absolutely. Yep. So now, did you buy that? You bought that cactus?
I did buy it for him,
Yeah.
yes. And
So
it's
you
still
have
alive
it
so
now.
far. And I don't know
Yeah.
how we're like babying this thing. We
Oh,
have to
I
find a way
bet you
to
are.
keep it
No,
going.
you will keep it going.
So I inherited a pit bull and a cactus. But I'm glad to have those. Anyway.
Yeah.
Things.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of our girlfriends out here can understand and relate and have empathy towards what's happening, because it's hard.
Hard. It's been
Any
really
kind of loss is hard. But you are doing it, and you are a strong woman.
Well, I'm glad to be somewhere when it's like I'm reliving things all night. I can call and go like, you know what? I'm not going to be there this morning. And anyway,
yeah,
so
it's okay.
I'm telling you, you can't beat a supportive work environment.
Oh,
so really glad for that.
Well, we are so grateful to have you here and for what you do. You are always so kind and nice to with all of our customers and everything. And you also love to sew. And so that kind of like, it's just like this great, collaborative thing that you're doing, right? Because you're combining the idea of helping others and sewing at the same time. Nothing better, right?
That's true.
Yeah. So I've got some pictures here that I'd like to share with everyone. And why don't you tell us a little about these?
Okay.
Let's bring up this one.
Okay,
Tell us about that.
This is a quilt I made for my mother for her 80th birthday.
I love that.
So this was at her party that we gave her, and the fabric in the middle, and I don't know if you can see it well, is little paper dolls. Oh. And my mom loved paper dolls, and she always would get me paper dolls. And she would when she was a kid, they would get the Sears catalog and cut out the little people in the little clothes. And so she taught me to make my own paper dolls with the Sears catalog and the Penny's catalog.
That's a really smart mom.
My mom has always loved paper dolls. So I was so excited to see that fabric.
Yes.
And so then I kind of based all the colors off that. And so
and I'm seeing people signed
so
this.
People signed it at her party. And
I love
then
that.
I got it all quilted and everything. And I did one for my dad's 80th too. And I couldn't find a picture. But my dad's was funny. So I pieced all these blocks with a center section for people to sign. It was all pieced. And then he had been in the Coast Guard Reserve for a lot of years, and he loved his time in the Coast Guard. So I got online and found a Coast Guard print, and it was so exciting.
Wow.
So I put that on the back. And my dad uses this quilt all the time. I go to their house, it's always on his chair. That's always Coast Guard fabric up. Why did I piece that whole thing? Should have just got that fabric and tied it and called it good.
Exactly. Lesson learned, right? I think that's really sweet, though. I love that.
So I did the quilts for each of them when they turned 80.
What a great idea.
So now Dad will be 86 this coming week.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I need to go see him.
Happy
in the
birthday,
Coast Guard
Dad.
fabric.
Yeah, there you go. Tell us about this
And
beautiful
this
quilt.
is the quilt I made my oldest daughter for her 30th birthday.
That's really pretty.
So I'm glad I got a picture of it. So 'cause she lives in California. So
Oh.
I don't see it.
There
I
you
visited
go.
it sometimes. Anyways,
And
that was a
this
fun
one, this is so
And
cute.
this was actually in the attic at my girlfriend's quilt shop when I was working on this. And this
Yeah.
is for my youngest granddaughter, Rose. When she was a baby, she's 5 now. And funny thing, at that time when she was born, they didn't have chickens, but now they have chickens.
Oh, do they really?
And Rose will carry chickens around. Rose loves her chickens. So who knew?
You need a picture of her with this and the chickens, right?
That's true.
Now, is this Rose?
And this is Violet.
Oh, this is Violet.
granddaughter.
Okay.
And this quilt is one my mom made. She hand embroidered all the little squares and put that together. So I just thought that's really sweet. So that's Violet with the quilt her great grandma made her.
I love that. That is really cute.
Isn't that nice? So what we do, what we do and give people is like, oh, they're just can be such treasures.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely. And then of course I loved seeing this one.
Yes. I never have got the pom-pom on that snowman.
Dang it. You know what, Lisa? Go to the store, buy a pom-pom and put it on.
I might have to do that. Go to Joanne.
Were you supposed to make the pom-pom?
Yes.
Yes.
So this was one of
Now
those
I understand why
mystery
it's not there.
quilts. Yeah. This is one of those mystery quilts that Kim and Kris conspired to get us all to be in the quilt shop every single week.
Yep.
Oh, they were clever. Because then once you come in there, you got to buy something else. And then you fall in love with the store.
Oh, no, I don't know.
So that was early on. And it's in my house every winter.
That was
years.
about 9 years ago, I think.
Yeah, because I think that was like the second.
It was the second.
One.
Yeah.
Right now I think it might have been it's the summer one with the fireworks and stuff. That's up in my house now.
Yeah. So I love seeing that. That pattern is no longer available. It's been discontinued, but it sure is a cute one.
I got to go into my girlfriend's quilt shop every week and get my next block.
That's right.
We had to show that we had finished the one before, too, by the way.
Yep.
Which was awesome because it made sure it didn't become a UFO.
Exactly.
Oh, I never would have.
You would have never been able to do that?
Would not have been able to get the second block.
Sometimes it's like, I have to get that done today.
Now.
Work, I'm sewing.
And then one last picture right here. This is so cute.
So
tell us about this.
My two, you saw Violet. I have another granddaughter, Evelyn. They're born 4 months apart. They just turned 9 this year. And I made each of them a quilt with this pattern. This one, I didn't know her name was going to be Violet. But
no,
it
really?
Yeah, they were telling me it was going to be Ivy until the day she was born.
Oh my goodness.
And then Evelyn's is more of a pink. But I thought these were so fun because you just kind of raw edge so applique on the little people. And I think Violet's is all girls, but on Evelyn's I switched it up and did boys and girls.
So cute.
But it was really fun. And that was another one. I was working on it.
Oh my goodness. At the shop.
At the shop.
I remember this one.
Yeah.
That is so cute. So did you hand stitch those or did you
on the machine, just sewing around it?
Kind of like doodle applique or whatever. Yeah. Okay, I'm just saying for those of you telling her to add the pom-pom and call it a UFO, no.
Oh, darn.
No.
Even if I make the pom-pom.
Too late.
No.
Too late.
I'll let you decide. That's my theory with this whole thing. I'm letting everyone decide for themselves.
Well, since I haven't got any UFOs at all.
I know the job kind of gets in the way, doesn't it? From all the fun. Kris and I are much stricter about the UFO thing though than you are. So.
It's like, whatever you want to do. Okay, I might have been that way as a mom. She was like, well, whatever.
Yeah. Too funny. Too funny. You guys are awesome out there. Put the UFO, do it as a UFO, put the pom-pom on.
No.
There you go.
Thanks for being so supportive,
Yeah.
guys.
Exactly. Yes. Miss Mava, you know Mava, don't you know the
she's come
picture?
in.
Yes, we
She
love
has
you,
come in
Mava.
here
She
before.
said all of your stuff, all your quilts are just so beautiful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They actually get done when I make them for someone else.
That-
I have some from
You know
myself
what?
that are quilt tops hanging on my sweater.
There you go. Jennifer loves the snowman. So does Anne.
Isn't it so
Oh,
cute?
it is cute. So fun. I love that. The chicken quilt is so cute, Barb is saying.
Mhm. I love it.
That
That's
was
a
Lori Holt. Mm-hmm.
It's it's a Vintage Farm Girl book, I think it's called. Anyway,
Yeah.
I fell in love with it. That pink and yellow, I love.
Oh, definitely. Debbie asked, do you remember paper dolls in the McCall's magazine?
Yes, I
I
do.
do.
Because of course my mom got the McCall's magazine. And they're paper dolls every month.
Uh-huh.
I had Green Acres paper dolls too. I thought Ava Gabor was so elegant. And
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
It was the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Sue, my dad would come home with paper dolls when my sisters and I were sick.
Oh, that's such a nice
What a
dad.
sweet dad.
I love
So
that.
see, Sue, we should add the paper dolls to the Campbell's chicken soup, the ginger ale, the Price is Right, and paper dolls.
Yes.
So
I
fun.
love it.
I love this. And Angela, I totally agree with you. She said, so proud of you for talking with us about Ryan and keeping him joyfully present every day, even when it's a hard
Thank
day.
you.
And she even put a cactus there for you.
That's awesome.
I think that is important that you continue to talk about him and we
I do, and
talk
if
about
people
him
get
and
tired
bring
of
it's
hearing
okay.
him.
No, we don't get
That's how
tired
I
of
can
it.
Keep him alive.
Exactly.
So.
Absolutely. I think we'd all
And
agree
he
with
was
that.
the best, nicest, sweetest kid.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's wonderful. You have to keep doing that. It's good. It's a good thing. But lots of you, the paper dolls, everyone's remembering these. Patricia
They
still
should
has
come
paper dolls,
back,
50 plus years.
really. Why don't we
They
have
really
those anymore?
should.
I
They
have
really
Mary
should.
Engelbreit paper dolls.
Oh, nice.
They're still
That'd
in the
be so
book.
cute.
and-
Oh, Mary Engelbreit.
Sometimes
I
they
love
stay
Mary
in the book
Engelbreit.
because they're
Yeah.
just
No, mine never. I got them when I was in my 30s.
Okay,
so
here's a question for you guys. Alice is asking, I love paper dolls. Does anyone in my generation remember Katie King and her little sister?
I don't know. I wonder if my mom.
It sounds familiar.
I don't.
I don't know.
Wasn't there also a doll? A Katie doll?
Maybe.
Kind of like a Barbie
Maybe
doll?
Alice
I
knows.
don't know. So
That's
I
not familiar
bet,
to me.
yeah. And her paper dolls were the McQuire sisters, Sable is saying.
Oh,
Were
wow.
they singers? Is that? Why do I know that name?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they were.
Yeah, I think they're like little sisters that sing like harmony or something.
Diane wants to know how long you've been quilting.
Well, I started sewing when I was about 9, and my mom did a 4-H club for me and my friends. So then I sewed.
Just because she was like super mom?
She was,
That's
because she worked too,
amazing.
and I don't know how she did it.
That's amazing.
And in fact, recently, I'm 60, and recently on Facebook, one of my friends that was in 4-H with me reminisced about 4-H with my mom. So it's like, if you take the time to do that for your kids, people don't forget. We don't forget. Our friends don't forget.
Oh, I love that.
So I sold clothing, and in high school, I pretty much sewed everything except my jeans and sweaters. I mean, I was a clothing sewer.
Really?
And sewed for my kids. I used to make little overalls out of old jeans
Yeah.
for my toddlers and stuff because we had no money for fabric.
Uh-huh.
I started probably quilting about 15 years ago, I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, you get a lot more immediate satisfaction in a way.
Well,
So I
I
really
always say it
liked it.
doesn't have to fit like clothing does.
No, you don't have facings and
Mhm.
crap like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh,
There's
my
a lot
goodness.
of stuff
I just
that's more fussy with apparel sewing. So
And they take longer to wear out than clothes do too.
well, people don't seem to treasure. Although I did send you a picture of a little dress I made for my granddaughters.
You did? I don't remember
Yeah,
seeing
but
that.
maybe I didn't send.
Mm-mm.
It's one of the ones I found on my phone. But I made little dresses for my granddaughters that were, with some hand embroidery and stuff on, because I figured maybe they'll save those to hand down.
Oh, yes, I hope so.
Or they might have sent it off.
Okay, we know now. The McGuire sisters were on Arthur Godfrey's show daily.
Okay.
Does that ring a bell to you guys now?
Well, that was before our time.
That's a little before our time. But I've heard.
But I do remember I've heard of the McGuire sisters.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I've heard their name. And the Lennon sisters. I've heard of them.
Okay, and Alice, you guys are so great. Alice just did a Google search on Katie King, created in 1945. She was a model.
Oh,
wow, long forgotten memories. Thanks for the jolt down memory lane. There you go.
A model. So
There
she
you
must have been a
go.
cute paper doll.
And they sang Sugar Time.
I'm gonna have to Google these things.
Yeah,
Sugar in-
totally.
Sugar
morning,
time.
Sugar in the
Mhm.
evening,
Is that
sugar
it?
in the
Is that what it
summertime or
is?
something.
Is that
I
it?
can't
I've heard
remember
that
all the
song.
names of all the words.
Got to get on YouTube and search that.
I'm going to do it right after this is over. We're going to be like,
Time, I like the name of it.
what is that?
Sounds
Sugar
good.
Time sounds
Yeah,
great. Yeah,
sounds
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, for sure. So yeah, Lennon sister paper dolls. Oh my goodness, so fun. Lots of you had the
Well, if we only
Lennon.
known, we could have ordered some paper dolls for
I
the deal of the day.
know, I know. And the Lennon sisters were also on Lawrence Welk.
Now, Lawrence
Well,
Welk,
there
I
you
used
go.
to watch with my grandparents. Loved it.
Lawrence Welk, I used to watch too.
It was on a long time,
because
like
it would
Price is
they would
Right.
have reruns and things like that. I want to be cool like you. I want to be cool. I want to be in the cool kids club. Okay, yeah, I watch Lawrence Welk. Oh, too funny. All right, you guys, this has been such a fun conversation. Thank you so much. See, this wasn't too bad, right?
Wasn't too
Okay,
painful.
too painful. No, I mean, honestly, if you guys ever have questions, problems, whatever, these are your ladies. They will
Answer the phone.
they will make everything magical again. And I'm so incredibly grateful. Oh,